And we're started.
Hello.
Hello, hello. Welcome to As We Art.
I'm Candace.
I'm Monica.
And we are arting this week.
It sounds like we know what we're doing.
It really does.
We don't.
We're full of it.
This is episode 4 for 1 month. I'm proud of us.
Yay.
Okay, episode 4 of As We Art. If you are new here, welcome. This is a podcast. This is a YouTube channel, which does bring up the visualization stuff a bit. If you're listening, that's awesome. But you're missing out on some of the visuals. So be sure and check us out. We're putting photos of some of the art we're talking about, some of the inspirational things we're talking about on our Instagram, As We Art Podcast.
Yes, at As We Art Podcast. Same for YouTube, at As We Art Podcast.
Yeah.
But we're on here to talk about what we've created this week and what's inspiring us. And we want to hear from you as well. What's inspiring you and what have you done that has been creative this week? So
We love that. The comments that have been coming in are awesome. It's such an inspiration to us. It just makes us happy that people are taking some time to be intentional, do something creative, whatever that is, whatever art is to you.
Yeah, absolutely. It's awesome and inspiring, and we love to see it. And it's such a cool community to be a part of, to be an artist and just any sort of creative. It's a great community. So
It is.
we're lucky.
Sometimes it's hard to find because we tend to stay at home quite a bit.
You don't say.
So it's ironic that we rely on technology and the communities we form through other artists, through things online. But we're trying to put our phones down and stop scrolling and get into the studio or get into a creative space to make stuff. So it's a little bit of both.
Yep. Yeah, it's a little kind of a catch-22 where we try to step away from technology, but then we need technology to find our community and talk about art. So, hey.
So we're connecting. We're glad you're here. And if you're new here, we're psyched. Again, I'm Monica.
I'm Candace.
And
Still.
And we do this without a script, one take, and we leave any mistakes. And there have been some mistakes.
There's been some doozies.
There have been some slip ups.
We have nailed it.
Including the C word at one point.
Woohoo.
All right. We're going to try
we got it out of the way early.
We did.
You know?
Yeah.
It's probably going to happen again.
Yeah.
So, whatever.
Oh, man. And we are coming to you from New England in the United States of America, where it is cold, it is snowy, and I mean, it's been a little hard, even with heat on in our house, which we're very fortunate to have a warm space. We don't take that for granted.
For sure.
But our fingertips doing art this week got cold.
Dingy fingers.
Even with heat on, it is an old house.
Yeah, it is a very old house. We live in an old schoolhouse.
Old schoolhouse.
Your
voice
My voice cracked a little bit. Pardon my puberty.
Yeah, she just doesn't want to think about school memories.
No. Yeah, I got choked up. Schoolhouse.
This is an old schoolhouse from like 17 or 1800s. We're not sure, but definitely at least 200 years old.
From the old times.
Oldie timies. And the room we're recording in is our art studio. And this is our little podcast corner. And it has the original floors from the old schoolhouse. Rumor has it that this line on the wall is the old chalkboard rail. I don't know if I believe that, but it's fun to imagine.
Let's test it. Let's get chalk.
I will tell you that it is very hard to hammer nails into the horsehair.
Yeah.
I don't know what they use behind these walls, but
The walls here are still made out of like horsehair plaster. So anything you try to put it in just rips right out.
yeah. So there is a new sign on the wall. If you've been following, we had a blank white space and now it has a
Yay.
sign.
No more abyss.
But I don't know how long it'll take for that thing to come crashing down because I'm hoping those nails are in there. So sorry, we're jumping right in. But in terms of art we did this week, that is one of them.
It's beautiful.
The sign is done. I did go with the white letters for As We Art, the name of our podcast. And, I don't regret it because I did it. But now I'm like, would black letters have shown up more? I never did the poll to ask the audience what they would prefer. And I don't know.
I was the audience and I voted white. So
yeah, I'm thinking black would have shown up more. But It's okay. As we art. There it is.
The white's great. I like it.
So that's something I finished this week. The soldering, the framing, the polishing. Yes.
I love polishing.
I know you do.
It's so much fun.
It's such a slow, patient process that requires the skill, the gift of being quiet and patient and sitting still. And out of the two of us, in case it's not obvious, I don't possess that gift.
You do, just in small quantities.
Very hard for me to sit still. If I'm reading a book, miraculously, I can sit still for a while because I'm just like in time. I don't even realize what time it is. But for the most part, sitting still and being quiet are a little tricky for me.
Yeah, it's a gift that might not be your forte, but that's okay.
Yeah.
I am not very communicative with humans. I don't know. So we all have our strengths, you know.
There you go.
What else did you work on this week?
Art. So I was definitely inspired to make more art. I was so happy to be back in the glass studio, and I was especially grappling with the same old argument inside where is like, who am I to make art and how frivolous it seems at a time like this. And all I could think about was just making hearts, like the symbol of a heart. And I don't love to do smaller ornament type of things. I like to do big, crazy experimental pieces, but I just felt, I was inspired by the glass pieces I had organized, and I had some smaller pieces like all the hearts. I made 12 hearts, and they're like 4 inches by 4 inches. So they're all from scrap glass of really cool pieces of glass that I wanted to do something with. I did bring them. They are done. So cutting, grinding, foiling, polishing, soldering,
All the fun stuff.
all the steps.
All the glass steps. I'm swinging the mic. All right, swinging it back.
I don't know. These are on a tray. And again, if you're just listening, we're glad you're listening.
They're beautiful.
Yeah, there's some really
Look at
cool.
this blue one. Ooh.
Yeah. See, I don't know what to call that. Is that aqua?
To me, it's like an aqua blue.
Turquoise.
Yeah. Nah, turquoise is more green to me.
Okay. I am.
But that's just me.
Yeah, we have. I will put a lot of pictures. These are actually they're posted. They're on Etsy. That took a little while, but we're going to sell these. And it's always tricky to write the color for me because I'm like, my teal, blue, aqua, turquoise are all similar. Unfortunately, it's only 11 that are going up because
We started with a full dozen.
this one, when I was taking pictures of it, not till the very end did I notice a teeny tiny little crack. It's really small.
Yeah.
It's this blue, beautiful ripple glass heart. But I'm not going to send that. We don't want to send that out to a paying customer.
Yeah, for
sure.
sure.
We'll give that away. We'll give it away. You want it? If you're watching and you see this and you want this blue heart, it's pretty. There's a teensy tiny little crack, a little crack in my heart. But if you'd like it for free, just first one to message us a mailing address. We'll send it to you. It's a cool heart. It can still hang in the window, but there is a tiny little flaw.
Yeah.
So yeah, did those hearts. That felt really good.
Nice.
And
They're beautiful. You did a great job. I helped polish.
Yes. Thank God Candace helped polish. And you also helped with the process of photographing and downloading each picture and posting them on Etsy. Takes patience.
Yes.
Hours. And
Shout out to all the artists and all the administrative work that goes behind it because it is unseen and underappreciated.
I know.
It is
my God.
ridiculous.
I know. The hours each heart takes and the materials. It's like, oh.
Yep.
Well, we'll see. That was what I did. The sign and the hearts. I'll be honest, I didn't do a lot of creative writing this week, which I don't love to report, but I'm going to be honest here. I didn't work on my creative writing in terms of anything new. I did work on my Excel sheet for my writing journals that I'll be submitting to. And I'd had more work than I expected with worky work, like the stuff that we
9 to 5.
the stuff that we get paid for that we're not really here to talk about, but it was writing heavy this week. So I felt really good about that. Did a lot of contributing. Some of the projects I've had lately have been, I guess I can mention. We're not really here to talk about our 9 to 5s, but it did feel like it was very timely. I've been having an increase in projects to help the applications of asylum seekers in America. So when they have an application, part of the process is to have an evaluation about their history in their countries of origin. And they're not easy to read, I will say that. But I do help write them, edit them, make them clearer, the English. And you would think that AI and ChatGPT can do that, but there's just something about some words and in our language that's what I work with. I work with international speakers who are not native English speakers.
Yeah, there's a lot of nuance that AI is terrible with. So good.
Yeah.
Keep being that way, AI.
I know. I really like the human touch. So I know
too.
My job has changed quite a bit since AI has rolled out, but I'm luckily still getting writing projects. And that particular little pocket of writing projects means so much to me because I'm, even with all the atrocities in this country, to think there are still people who truly still want to be here and are trying to do the legal process and get documentation. I'm very happy to help in my tiny, tiny little way.
Yep.
So I'll just mention that we really aren't here to talk about our work, but I did do a lot of writing this week in that format.
Yeah. The non-creative editing writing. So.
Yeah. And again, just put your heart, compassion, everything out to the world with everything we do. It's what I do.
Yep.
So on that note, Art, Candace, what did you get up to on this wonderful week
For week 4, I made, I've just been working on my linocut. I say just, but like I'm still new at the process. So it's a process. I transferred my sketch onto linoleum, which
takes time.
I'm new to it, so it was like 5 steps to like get it backwards and then get it on transfer paper and transfer it to the linoleum. Nailed it. So if any lino cut artists out there have a better process that works for them, please let me know. I love learning, and this is what I've learned so far, and I'm still going to do it that way right now until I learn better, but it's a lot of steps just to be able to start carving. So
I did see you had that transfer paper, almost like tracing paper, but didn't you have to do it like backwards?
I had to trace the sketch backwards on a light box onto tracing paper and then put tracing paper over transfer paper, which is like carbon copy, and put that on the linoleum and then retrace the tracing paper sketch to get the transfer paper to transfer to the linoleum. And that's how the matrix is made.
If you follow that, that's awesome. But you did get to the carving part.
I did. I started carving.
That's awesome.
So I'm going to be swinging my arm and it squeaks, my microphone arm. So if you hear a squeak, that was me. I did start carving. It's not a lot yet, so you probably can't see much on video, but we'll post a picture. I did get all of the spirals outlined so far and took away some of the stuff that's not going to print. But we'll post a picture. It's easier to see what I have so far. So yeah, that's what I've been working on.
It's so impressive because the tiny little pieces that, is it rubber?
It's linoleum.
What is linoleum?
It's linseed oil on some sort of matter.
I'm trying to speak quietly as though people can't hear. Like, what's linoleum? We're going to have to look that up. Fact check us, folks. We have no idea. But whatever, it's kind of reminds me of like eraser material. I don't know. The point is when Candace was carving, the tiniest shreds come out at once. This takes so long and so much patience. Not to mention you can't go fast.
No,
because
very, very sharp tools. And you always have to like keep your hand behind what you're carving so you don't stab that tool right into your hand if it slips. But yeah, the little strips of linoleum that come off, they remind me of, this is an awful reference, but this is what it reminds me of.
Okay.
The movie Seven.
Oh, yeah.
When Somerset, Morgan Freeman's character, finds the little plastic pieces of linoleum that have been carved out of the floor in front of the refrigerator.
Oh, like a murder scene?
Yes. And so he moves the refrigerator and finds the word gluttony written in grease behind it. But that's what it reminds me of, is those little carves out of the floor. So you're welcome. That's where my brain goes.
I've definitely blocked that movie out, but I did see it. So there was like a scrape or scratch or pieces missing from the kitchen floor. And,
intentionally, yeah.
And he noticed.
Yeah. So.
Oh, yeah. All right. I mean,
there's a lot more to it, but I won't go into like how the pieces were found and stuff because, you know.
Okay, I don't want to know.
Watch the movie. Watch 7.
I don't remember.
If you can deal with gore.
Yeah, it's gory. Okay. Well, that's good. Was that one of your inspirations, that movie?
No. Every day. No, not at all.
The other art you did was to help get everything ready for the Etsy shop.
Yeah, just helping with saving photos and videos and all that stuff.
Yep.
Monica's like 100% the engine behind the Etsy posts. She does all the photography and makes the videos and writes the write-ups.
Thanks, honey.
She's awesome. So thanks, honey. I appreciate you.
It's
so much work. It is so much work. And for as much as Monica touts my patience, I do not have patience for that. So
yeah, it's a little tricky. I mean, we like to put our art out there into the world. So it is really nice because when we started making art, it was just to make art for us. And then we started giving some away. And then when people asked or made requests, we started making art and selling it, which definitely changed things. And Etsy's not perfect, but I'm glad it exists. There are some very like safeguards in place with Etsy. And we can do them for the most part, other than going to the post office physically, we can do most of it from home. Whereas when in the past, when some of our art was in shops, like gift shops and other places locally, we had quite a few for a while, different venues. I don't know. It just sort of changed it. It changed the pricing, the branding, the displays. And it just sort of like people wouldn't have even known who the artist was necessarily. Some of the places took off the artist's name or the branding and just sold it from their shop, which just didn't feel quite right. So yeah, we've stopped all that. And in fact, this is our first time putting Etsy back up in years.
Yeah.
And that brings me to, are we talking inspiration yet?
Let's do it.
Okay. Here's the thing.
We have 7 and
the movie 7. No, I think I do want to mention the fact that we just had been on a hiatus for so long on social media for our art and on the Etsy shop for our art.
We're on social media for our stained glass. It's Glass Over Teakettle if you want to follow us. But
we should mention that. Glass Over Teakettle is the name of our glass studio. Yeah, so Glass Over Teakettle was on such a long hiatus that I was really, really bad during busy years, the last 2 years, that I didn't even notice people had messaged, which breaks my heart because there other artists especially were asking us questions or inquiring about a piece or about a pattern, and we hadn't seen the message.
We weren't checking our social media. Sorry.
No. Yeah, we were pretty busy. We had some, not that it matters. There shouldn't be like legit reasons. Everyone goes through cycles. And if you are really productive with your art or you haven't created in years, it doesn't matter. We're not judging. But we did have like a sudden abrupt family medical thing we needed to deal with. And that took a complete change of life for us. And then after that, 2024, in 2025, I was full-time at a degree program at university. So that took a lot of time. So now that those two things aren't as much on the forefront,
front
we
burner.
have them managed. It's really nice to go back online and reactivate, right? But here's what happened. I was so happy to connect with other artists again. Some artists that we were already in touch with and some new artists. So my inspiration this week surely is from all these artists that reached out and said, it's so nice to see Glass Over Teakettle. We're happy you're back. We had views. We had people asking questions. We had comments. And the thing that really got to me, which I was so happy, was we got to see a lot of other artists grappling with that same conflict right now.
Yep.
Of how do we justify doing art when all this shit is happening in our world and in our country and with the situation? So many situations. And so it felt really good and connecting and gratifying just to see other people going through that same struggle, but realizing art is too important to stop. We don't want to be silenced. It is a way to process. It is a way to have action. And it
It's a
felt
way to
really
be
good.
human.
Yeah, be human.
Yeah.
That's a big part of it. You're right.
Yeah.
Just to be
making
in
art,
touch.
just to make art and be human. It's
Yeah.
part of being human, as much as society seems to have tried to remove that lately. It's so cool to see people struggling with the same thing, but also still pushing through, making art and just putting the vibes out there for all the shit that's happening. So,
And there's been some changes, like with the technology, with the tools, with the things that we're just in our own little world and didn't realize. But this isn't a new tool necessarily, but new to us. One of the artists we absolutely adore, her name is Val. Her stained glass studio is Dublin Glassworks.
Val's amazing. Hi, Val.
Hi, Val. If you're watching, check her out.
Such an awesome person and a great glass artist. So.
And so inspiring. She's productive in terms of like daily.
Yeah, she's cranking stuff out.
But her technique, her stuff is so neat. Like not neat as in cool, neato, like actually like precise, like the precision of her lines, her glass, her work is so beautiful. It puts me to shame because if you look closely at some of my solder seams or my edging, it's like, it's all right.
Yeah, your soldering's great.
Oh God, we ordered. We have glass from Dublin Glassworks, and I remember when we first ordered the first piece, Val messaged us, and she's like, "What are you guys doing? You know how to make this. You could make this." I'm like, "No,
we can't.
couldn't.
No, we can't."
It's this beautiful diver, like a woman in a bathing suit and a bathing cap diving. I'll put a picture of it on this week's pictures because it's one of our favorite pieces. It hangs in a window year round. So inspired by other artists, other tools, and Val uses something we haven't tried, which is a buffer to get that final polish. And
Val uses. I thought you said values. Sorry.
Oh,
and
Val.
values is buffer. I'm like, I don't understand what that means.
So our glass artist friend in Ireland named Val, she posted a video of her buffing her final pieces to get them nice and shiny with a tool that does some of the work. She still has to do it by hand. Also, elbow grease is always going to be part of it. But we're like,
yeah,
we might need to check it out.
Buffing tool.
Yeah. So definitely inspired by other artists this week.
Great. Yeah, that's awesome.
How about you? Inspiration.
My inspiration this week, a big one for me, has been definitely the people of Minneapolis. Good job, guys. Keep doing what you're doing. We're sending all the good vibes and doing what we can on our end. So,
yeah, being present, being out there, taking videos, making it obvious for us with our eyes to see what is happening.
Keep documenting, keep pushing back, please.
Yeah.
And then my other inspiration this week actually was recent because there's a musical artist named Rhiannon Giddens. If you don't listen to her, you should. She's amazing.
I'll be honest, I haven't heard of her.
So she's like a folk artist, but kind of more like bluegrass, really like oldie timey kind of traditional music. It's really good.
Where's she from?
I believe she's from North Carolina.
Okay.
But she is nominated for a Grammy for Best Folk Album. And so she's at the Grammys because I think the Grammys are this Sunday or
Soonish?
something. I don't know. Sorry, I don't watch the Grammys.
We can.
We can, but we won't. So she's nominated for a Grammy and she's there, but she is busking outside the Grammys red carpet. And she was singing a traditional like song from the area she's from in North Carolina. And it was just really inspirational. She's very into like tying in African instrumentalization. That's not right.
Wow.
Instrumentation, something like that. Anyway,
A lot of syllables.
That's probably all wrong.
African instruments.
But their influence on modern bluegrass instruments and how these specific African sounds and instruments turned into a banjo or the fiddle or whatever. So her music is incredible. It's so good, fascinating, heartfelt, really just in touch with like her ancestors. But to see this very well established musician still going out there and busking. Just
Explain it. I know what it is, but just in case.
Oh, busking is performing on the street. Like
the people who put a jar out and they play live.
Yes.
Amazing. So she's doing that in Hollywood. Are the Grammys in Hollywood?
I believe so. Yeah, I think they're always there.
Wow.
But yeah, she's doing that to deal with all the things. That's what she's doing with her art. And it was really inspirational to know that like even people who have an established career are still, everyone is still grappling with these awful things happening. And that's her response to it. And it was just awesome to see. So
that is, I want to see that. Well, you'll introduce me to her. I know you listen to a lot of music, a lot of different types, and maybe I've heard her without realizing it, but
yeah,
I would like
definitely have. Yeah, she's great. Awesome. Listen to Rhiannon Giddens if you don't.
All right. Even though Candace and I are married and share a house, that we have very like different lives throughout the week with work and music and art and things. So there are from time to time going to be things that I make that she hasn't even seen yet, or that she's made or listened to that I didn't know about. So I would like to see that of her. Or is there a video of her busking?
Yeah, it's on her Instagram.
Oh,
Follow
good.
her on Instagram. It's like the most recent video she posted. Okay. So check it out. I mean, she also has an incredible voice. She's an amazing musician, can play a whole bunch of instruments. So
do you happen to know like what she was nominated for? Or?
I think I said Best Folk Album.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Got it.
What inspired you this week?
I already mentioned it.
Oh.
Really, truly the other artists being out there, getting back on social media and Etsy and just hearing from other artists was inspiring. In terms of music,
that's what I meant. What music inspired you this week?
We're doing a good job listening to each other.
Yes, active listening, Candace. Good job. Jeez.
Yeah, I'm inspired by so many things, but we didn't go out a lot this week, so it was internal. I needed music more than my usual. Like I really needed music this week to get me through some stuff, and I put on an oldie. It's over 20 years old at this point.
Oh God.
Tegan and Sarah. If you're not familiar with them, it's two sisters. They're from Canada. They've been around. They've been making music for probably long time, 30 years.
Since they were like 17 years old.
They're awesome. But specifically their album, it's called So Jealous. And it's just start to finish, great album.
Yeah.
You can listen to the whole thing. They're catchy. They're good songwriters. Their voices, they harmonize. They play instruments. It's just a really good album that kind of gave me a little like pep. Even though some of the songs are sad or about breaking up. They are queer. They are sisters themselves. I think I mentioned that. Tegan and Sarah are sisters, but they
Twins.
also twin sisters. That's right. They also happen to be queer. And so I wouldn't say their songs are like overt, like you wouldn't maybe know.
More so now than they were back then, I think. Yeah.
So their songs have become more
obvious that they might be about the same sex.
But it's interesting why I listened to them. That was at a time, that album was important to me when I was coming out like publicly. I knew I was gay, but like to come out to friends, family, colleagues, like that was different, a different time in my 20s and late 20s. And that album, I don't know, it brings back really good memories and feelings. And it just gave me more of that push of being yourself, and things, other outside influences can help you feel more brave. And that album did that for me.
Yeah. And that album's banging. And I can't believe it was over 20 years ago. I saw them on that tour.
You did?
I did, yeah.
Wait a
saw
minute.
them at
I've never seen them.
Teeny tiny little club in Salt Lake City called Club Deviate, which I believe burned to the ground.
Wait a minute. You saw them perform for that album?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I saw them as like the headliners of their own tour. And then I saw them about a year later open for the Killers. So
okay. When you saw them, you must have been probably a teenager.
I think I was like 19.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. That's awesome, Candace.
That album's so good.
It is. It's really good. Check it out. So Jealous by Tegan and Sarah.
Pretty much makes up the entire soundtrack of the first season of Grey's Anatomy as well.
Oh, really? Yeah. I never watched that.
Yeah, I did. I watched it a lot for the first few seasons. So
Yeah, I didn't. I mean, I've heard of it and I know people love it, but those
outside
shows,
your
man.
bubble.
Yeah, it wasn't, I don't know, the commitment to like season after season after season. I never. Well, it's also, I don't do gore.
That's
and
true.
If there's
Yeah.
medical drama, there's like hospital scenes and car accident
Guts.
scenes and all of that. I just don't really want in my brain. So it stays in there and I have bad dreams.
Aw, poor Monica.
Yeah, I mean, I have seen some things, but like for like medical dramas and like things like that, usually
Not
not.
your cuppa. That's fine.
Not my cuppa. All right, so that was our art. That was our inspo. We would love to hear from you if you're doing things that are helping you cope and manage, if you're trying something new, if you have some tips about putting things on Etsy or getting your drawing onto a linoleum to carve. Like any tips from artists out there, we love sharing.
Yes. Please, God, let me know.
Any comments, any questions? Yeah, like, subscribe, thumbs up. Ring the bell. What are the other things people do?
All those things. Anything, any button you find except for a thumbs down, you hit it.
Yeah, we're trying to spread the word. We want other people to, remember their creative side, remember their humanity. Just do a project, no matter where you are and like how good you think you are. It doesn't matter. Just do something creative. It can help. It can feel good.
Yep.
And we would love to know what it is. So whether you're listening to this on the podcast or on watching it on YouTube, be sure to follow us on Instagram as well, just to get those visuals. We'll take a few pictures. I got to remember everything we talked about.
I know. Check out Dublin Glassworks on Instagram if you have a moment. Give Val a follow. She's amazing. And also be sure to check out Rhiannon Giddens if she's not someone that's on your playlist. She should be. She's awesome. So.
Yeah. I'll add her to mine. I want to hear it.
And
Tegan
revisit Tegan and Sarah's So Jealous because it's a great album.
It is. Well, we're happy you're here. We did it. Episode 4.
Woohoo.
It's a wrap.
We've done this for a whole month. Now you're really stuck with us.
It's going. It's going. All right. So thank you for being here. We'll see you next week.
Yeah. Thanks. Bye.